Here we go. It looks massive, doesn't it? But this is the US military FILBE Pack, FILBE Pack. About 80 litres I think it is. And this is a recent purchase I've had for about 4 or 5 months, 4 months maybe. Different layout to my general other rucksacks that I've got. Now the other rucksacks are a lot slimmer. This seems to be a wider pack. So using my modular system, I just had to arrange it slightly different, but still works just as good. So I'm going to attempt to go through the pack, which must weigh, I don't know, 20 kilos, I'd say. Yeah, I say about the same as a jerry can. When it's on the back, it's totally fine. I'll actually put it on and show you. It's a really nice pack actually, I'm really impressed with it. Good airflow. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and get closer. So I can get my hand right in the back there. So yeah, you know, I've got this pretty much quite loaded up. You know, I wouldn't want to go and do 10 miles with it. But 3 or 4 miles into the woods, well, at my fitness levels at the moment, 2 miles. But yeah, it's comfortable though. It is comfortable. I could walk in that easily enough. So I've got it with some luxury items in there, which you wouldn't take if you was walking in further. But we'll go through them. At the top, just put up a little bungee thing on there, some bungee cord, just so I could attach a smock. And this is the Helicontex Pilgrim Smock. So I've recently just got this. Quite impressed with it, to be honest. They're not a lot of money. They're not waterproof at all, not even water resistant. But they're a good summer smock. Now this is quite big, but I like it to be big. I like airflow going through it. So that is a Helicontex Smock, and I'll chuck it on quick so you can see it. Loads of buttons and buckles and stuff like that. So stand that back a second. So, you know, it's quite big, but I like it airy. You can open it right down, get good airflow in. But yes, you know, I bought this second hand, and it was extra large. Normally I'm an XL, it could be extra large. But a good smock, good lightweight smock, especially summer smock. That's what I think I'll mainly use it for, around camp. But you can cinch up, good hood on it. Yeah. But anyway, so that's the smock. So here we are, back to the pack. So I'll keep that on top there with some bungee cords I just got to put on there. Right, on the front here I've got it is the Ontigris I'm not prepared on this one, am I? Anyway, so on the front I've got the Ontigris. It's like an old A-frame tent. I think they designed it for the hammock. I've not used it. I've set it up in the garden. I bought it beginning of the year or the beginning of the summer, and I like their lightweight type material. This actually, for the size of it, it's only 3 kilos because I weighed it, and that's with a load of tent pegs and cordage. So to be honest, once you see it up and what I get inside it, for the weight, if you want a nice shelter, hot tent in it, this is the one to go for. I'm pretty impressed with it. for the size and weight. You know, how it performs over the weekend, we will tell, but that's the tent. And we'll put that up. So it's got some nice buckles here so you can cinch it all down. Now on the top section, do you know what, I might do the sides first actually. So on this side I keep a warm layer. So this is quite a nice sort of, not, it's a synthetic material down jacket. I've been using this, this is a Paramo. I've been using this through the summer, getting up in the morning, chuck this on, and it works great. And you can just, the thing with down, if it was down, you wouldn't be able to, you'd have to keep taking it out all the time because you just destroy the down, where this is not too bad. And it fits in that side pocket quite nicely. Right, on the other side, I keep my Silky Saw, which I've been using. I think this is the God, is it the 240? 240 saw, the Silky, which really impressed, love it. If you want to take down wood, cut wood fast. To be honest, I've been converted with Silky this year because just the quality of it, made in Japan. Right, on top of that, well, next to that, I have my knife, which is, you know, it's a lovely. This is Adrian's knife in Chiros. I can't remember. I have to get his new name, but this is. I love this knife. Beautiful. And then using the sort of the system, my modular system, I've got my Transgeo pouch, which I just chucked underneath there for now, and it just sits there, really can. And I've got a bowl in there, so we'll open that up and have a look shortly. Next up, just a small titanium frying pan, and I will be making a bag for the larger pans, like the Pathfinders and stuff like that, which will be the same sort of principle as that. So there's my sort of cook kit. And that all fits in there quite nicely, and we'll go through that shortly. Top lid, another luxury item that I've got. Don't need to bring it, don't have to have it, but I wanted to bring it this time. And this is the Thermarest Cot Bed. So basically you just make it up into a cot, and I like it because it's a large size, so I fit in it okay. I'm 6'3", so most of the time my legs hang off the edge, but this I don't, so I'll set that up later and you'll see that. Just a ground mat, make sure we tap on the floor. So there's a couple of like luxury items there. So we've got the cot bed and the big tent, you know what I mean? We could just get away with a bivvy bag and a tarp and we'd be laughing, or a lightweight tent. So yeah, we get into the main bag now. As part of my cook kit, I have the titanium Bushcraft Essentials XL stove. I was a big fan of the firebox, but it just was so heavy. And Bushcraft Essentials just seem to be really nice people, and I just wanted something lightweight titanium, and this does it all. And they are really nice guys down there. I really like them. So that's part of my cook kit. Next up, the Ontigris ground mat, just to go inside. Well, not just inside that, but any tent, or just want it on the ground. Put your bivvy bag on. Not a lot of money. Really lightweight. 205 centimeters by 150, I think, something like that. So it's good size for the weight of it. Next up, I've got a couple of UCO lanterns, but these are the smaller ones. I've had the bigger ones in the past and I don't like them, but these are the small little tea light ones, because you just, once they're done, you know, you just put another one, pop another one in, and they're dirt cheap. And I've got some citronella ones in there, so I've got 2 of them which will go in my shelter tonight, keep out the bugs. And that just sits inside one, yet again, one of the bags. All the bags in here are the ones I make myself. Right. Next on the list is another luxury item, which is a wool blanket. This is the Outause wool blanket. Really good value for money, nice and long, merino wool. For the price he sells them for, you can't beat them. And that's Outause, Ollie at Outause. Cracking guy, loves his gear, well, making gear, quality gear. That's what he's, like myself, he just wants to make good quality gear. That's all he wants, and he's always trying to make it better, like we all do. So, and they're actually really good value for money, so you can't knock that. Now I'd like to pick you up and just show you inside there. So as you can see, it's all stacked in a neat and nice organised manner, so you can sort of know where things are. I know that in here there's my hat, scarf, gloves, waterproofs in there. In this one I know there's a waterproof jacket that I made. There I know there's food, and you can work your way around it, you know. So there I know there's my brew kit. I'll have a bag there, I'll have cordial inside it, toiletries. So they're all stacked nice and neatly. So if I just grab it, so I could just grab this one, and that's my food bag. Here, so we've got waterproof trousers, waterproof jacket, and other things in there. Then I've got me brew kit. Should have done this on the floor, it'd have been easier. So I've got my brew kit in there. So as you see, and even there, they're stacked on top of each other, and they're clothes. Winter's coming, I like to sort of go heavy on my clothes, nice and warm. I don't like being cold. So we'll go through that stuff now. So this is one of my roll top food bags, and the beauty of these is that as you eat it, you just roll the bag up. Buckle closure, Velcro top, food inside, and as you go along you just roll it up. You don't have to use in food bagging, but anything you want in them, but I generally use it for that, but a few others that I use for other things. But food, they look really good. Normally like the military ration packs, you know, same sort of size, flatten down the bottom there. You know, macaroni cheese, microwave rice, they're all stacked on top of each other there. So it's quite a nice setup. And we can go through the food bag, just to see some of the stuff that I brought along. Right, brew kit, yet again, go through that. And these two, the toiletry kit, toothpaste and normal stuff, soap, sort of stuff. And so the way these ones work as well, because all my system, it works best in pairs. So if you're going to buy anything, buy 2 of them, because then they're stacked together and they're all designed to stack on top of each other. So say something like this, where the pack goes round, you can put that in the corner where it's tighter there but wider here, and it just fills up that gap. In the bag with this width, you can put one in there and something in the middle. So I've got 2 of them, and this one here has got me cordage and stuff in it. So it's got a load of cordage. Now there is 2 bags missing, which I've got over the back there. And one of these is a possibles pouch, and the other one is my carving kit, because I like to carve. I always bring it out with me, but I've actually done a new pouch for me new carvings. Well, not new carving, I just put it all together and made a roll tool bag for it, which will fit nice and easy in there. But that's what these are. Now normally in a smaller size rucksack, a thinner one, I'd chuck these like that, and actually these stack lovely on top. and the next two is clothing, so they can sit on there, they can sit there, there, and that's not the basic core of your pack. And even just there, it's standing up all right. So yeah, that's sort of the core of the system. And then obviously any of these others, even if you stack these on top, you stack them opposite to each other, and that makes another system where then you can put another one there, another pouch there. So yeah, that's how the principle of it works, and it works great. I've been using it now for the last 2 years, and I love it. Well, I would do, but right, so we're getting near the end. On one side of this pack I have my axe. Obviously don't need to bring an axe as big as that in. That's the ground for a small forest axe. I think overall the best axe out in the range, the most versatile. Another side, another luxury really, seems to be a lot of luxuries. There's a small Gsi folding table where you put legs out and folds up, just to have next to you, brew in the morning, stuff like that. So luxury items, don't need to have it, but we're out to enjoy ourselves, you see. We're not here to suffer, we're not here to have cold nights, we're here to enjoy the nature and be out and be comfortable in it. That's the way I look at it. It's a situation I need to, as I've done in the past, a lightweight setup, then that's fine, I'll do a lightweight setup, but for a couple of miles walk into the woods, we should be fit enough to do that. Right, at the bottom of the pack, on the side here I've got a 2 litre collapsible bottle, and this bit might be a bit more difficult, but in the bottom here I've got the system, the sleep system, which is yet again a comfortable item, a pillow. These are the Thermarest pillows. They just, as you open them up, I don't like air pillows. They just don't feel natural. I just feel like I've got my head on, I don't know, something hard. I don't like it. Thermarest Neo Air. I've had that one a few years now. Works great. And say I don't need that cot. I can just sleep straight on that, and that works great. Next thing I've got is a Yarvan bag, or the Yarvan bag. Now this is the large version they make, which is the insulated version, and it's actually not that big. So with that, with a down quilt, which is not, this is an under blanket, and you can see I'm not even bothered compressing it down. Once you put a sleeping bag in a compression bag, it squashes all the fibres. It's fine if you don't leave it in there too long, but you've just now created a round circular thing, which, you know, you've got to organise your kit around. Now obviously I've done it with this because there's no way around it, but it's actually a good shape where I can slot it in the back there. As the same with these, so they all sort of go together. But what this does, and you could do it with most sleeping bags, especially down, is that this fills all the voids. So when I stuff this in there, I stuff it in there, get the straps out of the way. Yeah, so I just ram it all in there, then I'll just put the rest of the items what I need, and you might not think it, but it does compress all in all right, because you're just squashing it down. And you can see how what it's doing now, the actual down's coming around the outside. So squash that in there, over the back here. Just looking at me. obviously I'm fighting with it a bit because I'm on a slidey table, but that's got in there quite nicely, and that's filled out the whole bottom of that pack, so there's no wasted space. So yeah, that's all my sleep system in the bottom there. Water. One side, got the heavy cover canteen kit, and I've got it in a max edition pouch. It works really nice. Yeah, I don't know, I think the camera might have cut a bit out then, but this is me one water bottle, which is the heavy cover canteen kit, and I've got it in a max edition pouch. Quite nice because you can put bits in the side and in the front, the lid's in the front there, nice zip on it, don't take up too much space. You've got buckles on the back, well you can snap it onto your belt or whatnot, could even chuck it on the front here, really wanted to, but I don't like putting too much weight on the back of the pack. The other side I've got another water bottle. Now this is, now it's winter time, I've got a Nalgene bottle, or what they originally would call the Gsi Designs bottles, which this one is, and a neoprene Nalgene sleeve. Now the reasoning for the sleeve is, obviously if it keeps the water colder, which is nice, let's get back a bit, keeps the water nice, colder, which is nice. In the winter stops it freezing. But what I use it for, and I've used it for years, and I didn't even have one of these ones, I just had a bit of neoprene. I think it was from a wine bottle. I cut the top off of it, you know, the ones that keep the wine cold or warm, and I used to use that as a black one. It just went up to the top there. Winter time, I put hot water in this, boil it, let it die down just a touch, put the boiling water in there up to about there, put the neoprene sleeve on it, chuck it in your sleeping bag, and I tell you something, when on a cold night, there's nothing better than getting into a sleeping bag with a hot water bottle. It's just that warmth is there all the way around the bag, and you just keep it there all night, and in the morning open it up, put it in your billy can or whatnot, and boil up some water faster because the water's still warm. So if you haven't done it, try it. It's brilliant. When it's cold and you're sitting like around the fire, you're getting in bed at night and you get in there and this is sitting there, it's like, oh man, this is beautiful. So I always do, that's my something I've always done. Obviously methylated spirits for the Transgeo burner. We're almost there guys. Now on this pack you can access it from that side or this side, all the contents. So I've got some heavy duty cordage. I quite like having quite a bit of cordage on me. And here's a fire kit. To be honest, I don't go too crazy on a fire kit. You know, I've got some fat wood in there. I think there's a flint of steel in there. Yeah, and some charred cloth. Lighter on these bellows, which are great. And some fat wood. Fire kit. And this is my toiletry kit. So you know you need to have that toilet run in the morning. And all I've got in there are some tissues, some wipes. Also, I don't, you know, when anyone comes to Friars Woods who haven't been here before, there's a rule that I always have to say to people about when they go to the toilet, and I'll just tell it to you now. Just when you're out anyway, because not everyone does this, but they should do. Basically, you dig your hole, everyone knows that, you do your business. Then generally what I will do is light the toilet paper, burn the toilet paper, because in Friars Woods I don't want anyone digging up and there's crap there. If you burn it and it is burnt, then generally I'll wee on it as well afterwards, because you always want to have a wee after, and that properly douses anything out, and then cover it over and you stamp on it, and you won't be able to find it again, because the wood, the toilet paper would be disintegrated, obviously burnt, and gone into ashes if anything. Then once you cover it all over and you stamp on it, it pushes it into the ground. Ain't gonna do any harm, but burning it is important. And if you struggle burning it, just chuck some of this on it and it'll go up, but it shouldn't do. So toilet paper, I have a little trowel, so obviously here I've got a shovel, but anywhere else I've got a little trowel, because you've got to bury it whatever way, it's the worst. And that's my toilet kit, which always sits on the top there. I think that's about it in there, and I think that is the lot. I will take you through the individual stuff what I've got inside the bags, and if this is interesting to some people, great. If not, don't have to watch it close. So there you go. Right, let's go through the food bag. Now obviously it's all depending on what food you like, to be honest, but I'll just give you a quick brief of what I've got inside here. I like these little sachets of ketchup that I can pick up. In here I've got a bag of some snacks and some porridge, sort of quick access stuff. I think there's some peanut butter, army ration peanut butter, tin of peas, sometimes nice to add. A couple of, yet again, the military bars, I do like them. And then I've got 3 military rations. That's obviously chicken and pasta, sweet and sour, and whatever that is. Good, they're good food to keep in there. And the only other things in is a sort of dry goods. So for lunch, maybe mac and cheese, a muesli with milk. Oh, you always got to have mash. You know, if you're cooking, you've got some mash, and you get 2 portions out of that as well, and some rice. And that can stay all the time. That stuff. Obviously, like this weekend, the car's here. You know, I can have more stuff. I can put more food in there. I have it in the car. Obviously, cold meats and stuff like that. But there's space to put more food in there. It's not a problem, and that goes in there quite easily. So that's like sort of a basic food which I like to keep with me, and I will use some of that over the weekend. In here I've just got some cordage, a needle that I made for doing nets, and just some bank of 550 cord, and that just stays in there because you always need cordage, but I don't mind using this stuff. And I have got some bank line as well, which has got to go in there. It may not, but let's give it a go. Yeah, so I've got some bank line, number 36. Yeah, we've got in there, we're there. So, bit of cordage. Right, this is part of my carving kit, but I've extended the carving kit. But I've always had this Silky Saw, and I keep it in there because it's a flat, and it's good for doing a bit more detailed stuff. This is something I come up with the other day, something really simple I've done for the guys, just for stropping your spoon knife. So you just put it in there, hold it like this, and you can do the outside, but this just drops the inside, and you can do all the other knives with it as well. So that's that. For protecting your knives, camellia oil. Sort of just got onto this in the last few months, really impressive. Natural product, you can use it on everything. I've used it on wood. It gives a nice coating. So even on all these things, it's not cheap, but it works. In here I keep my sandpaper, which is I've just got some new stuff, which is Abranet. So if you've not used Abranet before, it's great because it takes ages for it to run out. And basically you just sanding what you do, give it a bash, it clears it, and you can carry on with it. And there's grits there from 80 up to 600. So that's the Abranet. Just keeping that small pouch there. Sharpened stone. This is a CC4. Yeah, it's like a DC4, but it's the ceramic one. And I've got on the back there, which is quite nice, put some of that compound on there, and you can still use that to sharpen your blades as well as that. So 2 forms of sharpening the blade. And I don't know why I've got this one in here, but it's a Grantus box, sort of a fine sharpener. Bit of jute twine, which is always handy to have. Now this is another sharpener for sharpening the inside of the spoon knives. It's just a circular sharpening stone. And all, always handy to have. The compound blue this is, which I use for the stropping. And there was just another bit of leather I've put in there to do some stropping. So that all fits in there quite easily. And the rest of my tools are in a tool roll now, which I've got in another bag, but which will fit quite easily inside my rucksack. Next up, Possibles pouch. Right, this is a sewing kit. I've had it for years. I use it every now and again, but when you need it, you need it. You know, if a button comes off or you rip your trousers, it's got some buttons in there. It's got a couple of different types of cordage, some needles. I've had it for years and it just does the job. It's Italian. I think it was the Italian Army one I got. Get again some more jute twine. Seems to have a lot of that. Some beeswax. A bit more cordage. Some gaffer tape. If it's griller tape, I've had that on there for years. Just rip a bit off when you need it. Really strong. A couple of Des Catty's citronella candles. And they're quite good because I've used this one for the whole weekend and I've still got plenty in there to use. So you don't, it's not a one-time thing. You use it and that's it. You can reuse it. Fat Bear. Now I've been using this for years. Just condition all your leather work. Anything really leather. I've even used that on my beard. Especially like for keeping bugs away and stuff like that. Brilliant stuff. It's hard to get hold of though, and it's quite expensive. It's just a bit of leather. Brew kit, quite simple. Each to their own really. A couple of coffee bags, normal tea bags, some sugar, some coffee, and some powdered milk. So quite simple really. And I quite like using these Ziploc bags as well as coffee bags. I think they work quite nice. And that's using one of my coffee pouches, but I've used the zip pouches which work really well. Toilet kit, brush, always handy to have, toothpaste, toothbrush, don't need it, bit of moisturiser though, sometimes your skin, it's a bit harsh, you know, in the weather when it's cold. Some soap, a small pot of Sudocreme, if you get any rashes or anything. I've got some purification tablets, I keep them in there, and a mirror because it's always handy to have a mirror. And then obviously out the ration packs you get these, so I'll take these out, the Antibacterial Wipes, always handy to have. Quite simple really, nothing too major in there, but the zip pouch works really well because it stands up as it does, as you can see, and you can just grab what you want out of it. And this is the small version, but I do a large version, a bigger version, and the extra small. We're getting through it quick. Well, we're not. This is the Transgeo burner pouch, which I keep the Transgeo in now. It's up to you if you keep your fluid in there or not. Generally, fluid will leak out of it. So I do try and empty it. I put just enough in there for what you need. And at the moment, see, I just stuffed that underneath there, and it just holds it in place. This is the 14cm, no, this is the 12cm billy can pouch. And inside here, I picked up one of these cheap Chinese billy cans. literally, I think they were £12 from £13 from Amazon, next day delivery, and you can't knock it really. It does everything you want. So I picked up one of them which fits okay in there. I think it's fine, and this I've had for years. Just a little plate or bowl for eating my food, so I'll just keep that on there, and that's quite a nice combination. And inside, obviously, you need some oil, and also I have one of these, which is one of them like my fire. It's got pepper, salt, and some spices, and that fits in there. Okay. So yeah, so they're quite impressive, these little things for what they are. It's got everything you need. Eddie was the one who first who bought one and done a video on them. So yeah, and that's me cook kit. So with that, with also my heavy cover canteen, I have my UCO titanium spork fork, which I love. It's brilliant. It's about the best one out of there, and it's because it's nice and flat. Obviously, your bottle, cup, and in the top here, lid. So I've got another container there, obviously having a brew, and on the outside of my pack I had the Kapolka small cup as well. So that, and obviously the frying pan, which is just a small frying pan. And there is space there, you can put stuff in there if you want, but the way I'm using it at the moment, I've got space inside my billy can, which I've got the oil in it. So when I put it in the rucksack, that sits in there, and that also sits like that. So it takes up hardly any space. Okay, and then we've got the Nalgene bottle as well. Right, inside the long, these are the large long pouches, and in there I've got a Ventile lightweight waterproof smock that I made myself last year, and that works really well because if it starts to pour down a rain, I could put this on, then chuck over the Helicontex Smock, and I'll be dry. I'm not worried about Helicontex getting wet, but it is good at windbreaker as well. So, and I can still access all the pockets and stuff like that. And in here I've just got a Berghaus hat, old military I've had for years, neck scarf or buff, and some waterproof Gore-Tex Corinthian trousers which don't take up any space, and a pair of wool gloves. And they fit in there quite easily. Obviously summertime you wouldn't need as much as this, but winter time it's getting colder, and that's them two. In the large box pouches, as you can see they're quite big, I've got some socks. These are like military socks. To be honest, I've got some heavier duty ones, but I must be chucking now. This is it's like a stuffed bag, but I use it, it's also a pillow, so you can just chuck any, like the puffer jacket in there, do it up, and you just got a pillow. I don't even have to bring the other one, I just use this most of the time. This is a Perimo top, just another warm layer, go against your skin. Some really old leggings that I've had for ages, Marks and Spencer's. I need to get some new ones actually. I've got a couple of pairs, and socks, some pants, spare pants, and outdoor research down hat. This is really warm, and that's lovely, so I keep all that in now. That's like these basics. And if it's a situation where I got drenched with the clothes I'm wearing at the moment, I could get into camp, dry off obviously, but get into camp, set up, then I could change into my leggings, clean pants, clean socks, thermal top on, hat, neck scarf, gloves, waterproof trousers, and my Ventile jacket. And that's another layer you've got there, another complete layer system. So that's that sort of redundancy backup for when you need it. Plus also, in here, I've got a Fairhaven smock. This is their synthetic smock. I've seen me use it on a few videos in the past. I've had it for a few years now, and it just stays in the bag. Great for putting on in the morning. I've got a lot of clothes because I don't mind taking extra clothes because it's something I don't like being cold, and I'd just rather layer up. Or if you get wet, you've got to change your clothes, and it's only through experience. And it's just me. Not everyone's the same. Everyone has their own way of system. But when I've gone away and done trips and stuff like that, people are always surprised at how much clothing I've got. But you know, if you come back from a hiking trip and you're sweating and you can't have a shower, you just have a wet wash, then you want to put some the evening clothes on, so you have another layer of clothes. Don't have to be heavy, be lightweight, but you just got that other layer. And if you're standing around camp, so obviously when you're not doing anything, I start getting cold. So that's why I like to have extra layers. Not saying I'm going to put them all on at the same time, but it's just there. And inside there, great for sitting around the fire, granite top, you know, the wall granite top. So, and it's amazing what you can get in these bags. Stuff it out in the corners. And there we go. So that's the 2 bags, and I think we're done. I don't think there's anything else. But that's how the system works. That's my system. I've been using that for years. It works great. It's like anything, you know, like if you buy the modular system, the pouches, they last for ages. Yes, they will get dirty. They're going to get dirty, you know. Unless you keep them immaculately clean, they're going to get dirty. But they won't stop working. You know, I use the same kit I've had for over a year. The only reason I changed because I had to change to the new material. Apart from that, I would have kept the same kit or different colours. But you know, this setup stays the same all the time. And things like sleeping bags, tents, tarps, they change, but the core system always stays the same. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you got something from it. You know, I don't like telling people how to have their setup. If people ask me for advice, then I don't mind giving it. But I don't tell people if they're happy with a setup and it works for them, then let them have it. You know, it's like my system. I know what works for me. And you might get other ideas from people, but generally you stick to what you know, what I do, and my system works. And I like to know where everything is. If I'm one of these people who keep chopping, changing stuff, I won't know where anything is. I don't like that. So I like to be really efficient, get there, know what bag I need to get, what type goes where, this and that, and then set it up. And when it packs up, it goes back the same way. So there, that's it.